Hey guys, Dark Almonds here. I'm here with my DX Kamen Rider Kabuto Zecters. They're all the DX ones that I have. So I'm here with, the Drake Zector, the Bee Zector, Sasword Zector, the Kabutick Zecters. So you have the Hercules Sector, the Katoros Sector, and the Caucasus Sector. So obviously, dragonfly, scorpion, a wasp. Even though it's called Thebee Zector, it's based off of a wasp or a bee. I mean, yellow, the black and whitish or silver, I guess you can say. I say it's based off of a wasp because it's a lot skinnier, and literally it says change wasp whenever you cast off. And then these beetles. This is based off of a Hercules beetles, a Centauros beetle, and an Atlas beetle. So, let me also have their, of course, their changers. So you have Sasword's sword. You have this one for the Kabutick Zecters, and this one for the Thebee Zector. They are kind of interchangeable, but you'll see a bit of a difference. I'll show you those whenever we get to those. Oops. And then I also have the grip for the Drake Zector. So I guess first we will take a look at order of appearance, which would be the Bee Zector. I'm picking that one off of the floor. So we just set off everyone else to the side. So bring it in this guy a lot closer. And then this is obviously the changer. So we have this is that. Can't go all the way down like that, but it's supposed to be a bee, so it's supposed to have its wings. This is the back part as well. It's pretty cool. It's pretty small, but it doesn't feel that bad. This is the brace. You have your battery compartment right here. I believe it only takes 2 AAAs. You're on a switch here. You have a speaker here. You have a light right here. So you turn it on and you get a decently bright red light right here. So in this track, you have a bunch of little dots. Not all of them make sounds, but let me grab something here. So the only ones that actually make the sounds, this one right here. No, I don't think that one does. That one doesn't make a sound, and this one. So the difference between these two braces is that this right here you can push it down, and this one you can't. Everything else is the exact same. The only difference is that you can't push these down. So whenever you're in cast off form for the bee, when you push down its button, it'll make that piece go down, and it'll hit this, doing the rider's thing. It's not on this one, so that's why you can't do it. Mostly because the Kabuto Zecters, they don't need that. So everything else is just about the same except for that button. So henching, you just line it up. So you see how it's at an angle. So you'll put it on at an angle and then you'll turn it in. So just like this. So now you've hinged into the masked form for Kamen Rider Thebee. And then in here, button doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. But if you watch the show, you know you do this. And you cast off. It's pretty cool. This is bringing. you know, in case you hit something. And then now, if you push the button, you can do your rider sting. Or doing this actually doesn't do anything. You can just so boom. You don't get a put on noise, but you know, you can think about it yourself that you put on. But once you've done that, you can cast off again. And you can do like that. And just boom, boom. There you go. Sadly, I don't have the perfect Zecter that comes with the perfect version of the other Zecters, but these don't make sounds, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, but to show it off with the Kabutick Zecters, so this doesn't have a button or anything. I'll show you more when I get to it, but so that's what it looks like, and this doesn't do anything, so you can't do your rider sting. So that is the bees. So let me go ahead and grab Drake's. So here's the Drake Zecter. You see here you have a dragonfly motif on it, you know, the wings, and so starting from the front, you have with eyes, but then will turn into the barrels for whenever it's in its gun mode. You have its legs. So the wings operate like that. So pulling one will do to the other, just not when you're bending them. So just to get them out of the way to show you. This right here is a button. It's for when releasing out of the grip. This you can pull. When pulling it, it releases the little peg, and also has red in there as well. Same thing on the same side, on the other side, with just all the screw holes and everything. And then for this, whenever you're doing the rider shooting, it's supposed to be like looking down a barrel. How close I can get that to the camera, but it just really doesn't line up or anything. Can't really see out of it that well, but still pretty cool. And then here we have the grip. So you have the Zect logo there. You have lights. Sound comes through here. Battery compartment takes 2 AAAs. Looks pretty cool. So you open that and you put the Zecter in there. So turning it on, turn on off switches right here. You hear, and then whenever you pull the trigger, it's gonna go straight into the standby sound. So we're just gonna open this and gonna wanna, right here is where it lets you know that's where you're gonna enter it. Just close that on top. So now you transform to Drake in his masked form. You just shoot. You can rapid fire that if you want to. And then to do the cast off form, you're gonna pull on its tail. And you're gonna hear. You're not supposed to hear the henshin, but mine is a bit finicky, so let's try that again. And now you've cast off, and now you are in your cast off form. And so to do the finisher, the rider shooting, you're just going to hold it again. And that's it. Doesn't make any standby sounds or anything, so you can just clasp that, put that down, and then you can do it. Like I said, mine's is a bit finicky, so you have to. There we go. And it'll just keep making the same sound. Well, once you've done it once, it'll just keep doing it until you it just repeats those circles. It goes in that circle of stuff. Doesn't turn off for now. And then to release it, obviously you just reopen that. It's not like locked in or anything, just by friction. And then you just push in this button, and now you can just lift it out. There you go. That is the Drake Zecter. So let me bring out the other Zecters. The Sasword Zecter next. And right here we have the Sasword Zecter and the Sasword Sword. I don't think it's called the Sasword Sword. I don't really remember the name of it, but let me see. It's probably called something else, but regardless, though, the Sasword Zecter. Take a look at him. It's supposed to be a scorpion, so you see his eyes are right here. And you have his front claws. His front claws can be in here like that. They can go like that way back and that much forward, but when he like actually clicks on those two locks right there. So then you have its tail. It just can go down. Can't go any far back or any far forward, but it's cool. It's mostly silver, but the perfect version, it's just like all purple, I believe, which I think goes a lot better. But then again, I feel like it is too much purple just for the sword, because the sword itself is like really purple. The only silver parts you have here, a little bit of orange, then more silver and orange, and it's the black sword that actually goes all the way down, which I think is pretty cool. Just like any other rider weapon, I wish it was a bit longer, a bit bigger, but it's pretty cool. So here you have the on-off switch right here. You have your speaker, your battery compartment. Takes 2 AAAs, and then you have where your lights and sounds are at. So we're just gonna turn it on, and you get same sound as the other two. Whenever you pull the trigger, it's gonna do the standby. It's gonna be like if you're summoning the Sasword Zecter. So we're gonna stand by, and then we're gonna henshin. So here we go. Okay. I don't know why that was like that. Try that again. So I'm just gonna take the Sasword Zecter. It's gonna fit right in here. These circular parts are gonna fall into here. There you go. And then you see how the claws are out. You can just push them in like that, and here it is. That's how it looks. So now if you just pull the trigger, you get a slashing sound. Pretty cool. And then to cast off, you're gonna push this down. So real quick though, this little, the inside of this, you actually what's actually gonna happen is this part is gonna push it in. There's not like a button or anything. It's just the whole thing shifts down. So you can actually like use your finger or whatever or anything to push it down. But obviously we're just gonna use the tail because that's what it's made for. So to cast off, you're just gonna, you can just do it that, or you can just do it all the way. Yeah, so just leaving it resting like that is not going to affect anything. It's just whenever you actually push it down. So now we changed into Scorpion. We cast it off. Well, changed into Sasword, you know, his more sleek form. So whenever you pull the trigger, you should now get a different slashing sound. So it sounds a bit more, I guess, liquidy, because it is kind of, in the show, it gets coated in poison whenever he does his attacks. And then to do your rider slash, you're just gonna, you can pull it down, or you can just do what he does in the show and just and there you go. And then once you're doing your rider slash, it's just gonna go back until it's regular slashing sounds. So you can just do it again. Yeah. I do think this one's pretty cool. It looks really nice and everything. You know, I feel like it's a bit more sleek. You know, in the show, obviously it's a lot longer. So this part's a lot like kind of the same size, but everything else is longer. But for the most part, it's pretty cool. And to release it, you have two orange buttons right here. Just gonna push them in, and you can just pull out the Zecter. There you go. So what happens is that there is that tiny red switch in there that this piece of the Zecter just hits. So if you were to have like something thin enough, you know, you can just touch it and it'll do everything else. And for example, I'm just gonna you can also do that without having to pull the trigger. You can just hinge. So if I just put my finger in here, you're gonna get all the other noises. Yeah, because there's not like any real button or anything. Like I said, just the inside of this just shifts down and it must hit something, must hit a switch or a button inside the actual sword. So I think that's pretty cool. I do have to say though, without the Zecter on it, the sword does look pretty naked. But I think the Zecter is pretty cool. So we'll move on to our last Zecters that we have, which is the Kabutick Zecters from the movie Godspeed and Love. Alrighty, and last but definitely not least, we have the Kabutick Zecters, and we have the Kabutick Brace. So same thing as the brace for Thebee, except obviously it's a recoloring, and I guess it's, well, not really a remold. It's just this button doesn't push in like I showed you earlier. It's all black with some red and gold around this trim right here. This one doesn't have any at all. I actually like this color a lot more. Looks a lot cooler than this one does. But yeah, so turning it on, you're gonna get so I don't know how well it came out on the camera, like sound quality wise. This one's actually a lot louder than this one, so I'm gonna turn it back off, turn this one on, and then I'm gonna turn this one on so you can hear the difference in the sound. Yeah, this one sounds a lot louder to me, and a lot more cleaner. Like it's not as fuzzy as the other one, probably because this was a bit newer. I got this one a bit newer than the other one. But yeah, so all these Zecters will make the exact same sound in here. that's what it looks like without the faceplate on. None of these faceplates have like anything to differentiate itself. They just clip on, and that's about it. And it has nothing down here as well. You can see where the button used to be for Thebee Zecter, which I think is pretty cool that it's still kind of molded in there, but it doesn't do anything. But yeah, some detailing at the bottom. So it looks like, to me, it looks similar to the Kabuto Zecter, with a little bit of the Tag Zecter. I have here my CSM Tag Zecter. Obviously, you can see the giant difference, and you can see that they look similar. Has a 3 little, his feet look like the little rod things, and it has the back part too as the. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah. So I just like the way this one looks, so that's why I always keep that on there. So like I said, they make exact same sound, so I'm just gonna leave these to the side while using this. So just like the Thebee Zecter, you're gonna put it on the side, you're just gonna turn it forward, you're gonna hinge in. So and then these guys, they don't have a cast off form because they're just like the Hell Brothers with the Hopper Zecters. They don't have a masked form. So just gonna put this on, and here we go. There you go, with the Cockasus Buto on there. And just so y'all can see what it looks like, I'll put the other ones on. Might as well. There's that one. This piece reminds me a lot of Blade for some reason. I'm not sure if they're based off of the same beetle, but just this part just reminds me of Blade a lot when it's like that. But yeah, like I said, this one's my favorite one, just because I think it looks pretty cool. So whenever you twist it around for the Thebee Zecter and its brace, it'll say cast off. But for here, we're gonna do our finisher actually. So twisting it, we get the rider beats. And just turn it back and does that. I believe you do get a standby whenever you twist it halfway. Oh no, you don't. You just. There's a disengage sound. So pretty cool. Does suck that they don't get individual sounds, but then again, it is just a DX, and it's movie forms, so like nothing really changes besides this. So, but you can use there's a Thebee Zecter on here, so you're just gonna put that on there and. You change Beetle, even though we have Thebee. So yeah, and then to cast off, cast off, because we can't really do anything like that. We just get. And there you go. I don't know why this one looks, just this black one just looks a lot cooler than this one so much. I mean, it does match the bees, but it just looks so much cooler. If they ever do any of these in CSMs, I would love that so much, especially the Sasword Zecter in CSM. That'd be like pretty cool, just because the sword is actually going to be pretty long. Drake as well. My thing with Drake is, though, on the show, his Zecter is huge. I mean, compared to all these other ones right now, yes, he is the most biggest one, but it's huge. Like the wings are huge, and you know, I don't think they'll make them that big if they were to do a CSM, but I would like to see like an upscale version of everything here, because I think they all are pretty cool. Though if they actually ever do a CSM, who knows? You know, the only ones that did it for Kabuto were Kabuto, Attack, Dark Kabuto, and the Hopper Zecters. And those are the only ones that were like belts. Obviously, they did the Hyper Zector because of Kabuto's final form. But yeah, I would like to see all these in a CSM version. I think that'd be pretty cool. But who knows? Maybe, hopefully, one day. So, this is Dark Almonds. Thank you for tuning in for today, and we'll see you next time.